Hello, everybody. Welcome to Duo Planet, the YouTube channel where we talk all things media. I'm one of your hosts, Aztrail. As always, I'm joined by fellow co-host Slasher.
Hey, everybody.
And, Jesus. Week 2 of The Last of Us, Season 2. Episode 2, being titled... Give me a second while I pull IMDb up for The Last of Us. Last of Us episode 2 is indeed titled Through the Valley. Okay, that makes sense. Currently rated on IMDb at a consistent rate. Oh wait, no, that's season 1. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Episode 2 is currently rated at a 9.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 9.8k reviews. Obviously, this takes place shortly after episode 1. The day after episode 1 ended. And as a storm brews in the mountains, the people of Jackson Hole prepare for the worst amid increased sightings of infected. Meanwhile, Abby weighs her options. It is emotional. It is very sad, and it's the first time Slasher's seen that scene. That is as Slasher's got Twitter up now, and that's the scene from the game. So if I were you, I'd keep that up, and then you can watch it after, and then you can then make a decision on what's better. But yeah, this episode, obviously last week we ended with the mycelium, which is what I'm calling the tendrils of the infection. The tendrils were discovered, well, not discovered, but we saw them in the pipe. This episode, Abby falls into a what would you call it?
What?
What would you call a group of infected? Is it a gaggle? An infestation of infected? Yeah, she falls into an infestation of infected. That's what we're going to call groups of infected from now on. It's an infestation of infected. Which creates a horde, and I will say this horde far bigger than any that we had last season. In fact, it's 2 hordes at one point. People of Jackson are fighting for survival. They have a plan. Ellie and Jesse are paired up for patrol this time. They go out, and instead of Tommy being with Joel like he's in the game, it is instead Dina, which I think adds a very different dynamic to this whole thing. Because obviously Dina's now going to have a personal stake in going after Abby because she was there. Yeah. Episode goes on. Abby runs from the infected, encounters Joel, doesn't know it's Joel right away. Joel saves her from an infected. He hears Dina call him Joel, and that begins the whole cycle. So they have to run from infected. Meanwhile, Jackson eventually becomes under siege by the same infected because the mycelium gets exposed and it censors people, and so the infected all start running. During the horde assault, a bloater appears, and it's the second bloater we've seen in the series. The first one was in the Kansas City episode, where we saw it tear the head off Tommy's voice actor from the game, who had a guest star role as one of the bad guys of Kansas City's bodyguards. Gets his head torn in half. The bloater then went towards Kansas City, and then we didn't see it again. This bloater gets killed by Tommy, who sets it on fire a lot. And it dies, and that's pretty cool. And then I'm not even going to explain this because as someone who's already played the game, I have a sort of detachment from it. But Slasher, who hasn't played the game, and who I don't actually think had seen the scene before,
I've seen parts.
Tell them what happened.
Where did you get up to?
We're on to the part the Abby scene, the Abby and Joel scene.
Oh, right.
That scene.
She has him at gunpoint. Um, once she's taken her jacket off and that. They have just put what's the girl's name again?
Dina.
Dina asleep. So that she's no issue. Without killing her. And Abby grabs a shotgun, shoots Joel in his fucking knees, which I cringed at because Jesus Christ. She does a monologue. Um, she looks over at some uh golf clubs, picks them up, picks one out, and is about to say something when she says, "You know something." And then Joel's like, "Just fucking do it already." She walks over to him, and then we go. We see her hit him in the place where she got shot, where he got shot, a few times, and then we
Three
go to
times.
3 times. We go to Ellie. Ellie gets looks down to Jackson, sees it on fire, finds the lodge that they're in. Hears punching. Uh, we look up. She gets in there and sees Joel's blooded face down to the ground. They get Ellie down to the ground, and she's saying, "Joel, get up. No, get up." Ellie, uh, on the ground still. One of the group tells Abby to just get it over with already and end it.
That's Owen.
Owen. She picks up a broken, which I think is different from the game
It is, yeah, different from the game, yeah.
because I've just seen the clip in the game. She beats his head in with the golf club to finish him
Yeah.
off, but in the gate in the show, she picks up a broken golf club which is sharp now because it's been snapped off. She stabs him in the back of the neck where he dies, and they let Ellie go and they leave. Ellie crying. She goes up to Joel. She crawls over to him and has one last minute with him, and then we see Abby and her group leave. Then we see Ellie.
It's a bunch of closure
Yeah,
moments.
we just
We
see
get a nice acoustic rendition of "Through the Valley," uh, sung by obviously Ashley Johnson. Wonderful. Thank you for coming back. Loved the song. And here we get a bunch of closing moments of the aftermath of what happened to Jackson. We get to see a guy get shot, put down because he's been bitten, and the episode ends with Jesse, Dina, and Ellie riding back to Jackson with Joel's body tied up on her,
and
in like
it's
a
covered
rag.
in what looks like beat bed sheets.
Yeah. And then that's it. It's over. And let me tell you something. Damn.
My
Damn.
I was actually in fucking tears because that shit was something.
Let me tell you something, right? After the first episode, I was worried because the first episode, in my opinion, wasn't that great. This episode, my god, leagues above, leagues above. They did. Not only did they do it justice, but I actually think it's
I
better.
think they changed it. I think her stabbing him in the neck is I know it's like weird to say, but it's a bit much more brutal.
Oh, it's far more
It's
brutal.
far more brutal stabbing him in the neck than it is just beating him with a golf club because like he's bleeding out and he just dies. And watching Ellie just crawl up to him and basically seeing someone who's her father dead is something. And it was definitely a sight to see. And I'm Pedro Pascal. I will say, Pedro, fucking Jesus, man. Great acting, did a phenomenal job, and I think he deserves something for that job, and I think he did a great thing there, and I think Pedro is a great actor, and yeah, overall,
I'm just a little sad that we didn't get. I'm sad we didn't get a scene of Ellie and Joel together with Joel teaching her how to play the guitar and him singing "If I Were to Ever Lose You."
maybe we'll get a flashback.
I think we probably will get a flashback. I know that we will get flashbacks because it's so a lot of stuff that we find out through flashbacks when Ellie's in like a moment of contemplation. But yeah, I think this episode was fantastic. I love the bloater effects, the bloater CG / practical effects. Very, very nice. I liked that this episode was a lot more in line with the games. Sure, they changed some stuff, but it was a lot more true to the games. Next week, I can almost guarantee that we're heading to Seattle, which will mean that we're going to start getting into Ellie's hunt for revenge. But yeah,
What
I thought it was great.
Ratings then?
I am going to give it a 9.3 out of 10.
9.3. I
Yeah.
am in complete agreement there. 9.3 sounds brilliant for this.
Also, small thing, small comment. Great job with casting Caitlin Dever as Abby. Because one, I struggle to hate her because the way that she delivers her lines is pseudo
I'm about to
seductive.
say, be careful what you say here.
It's pseudo seductive, and it makes me sort of question whether I should be angry, because technically she is in the right. Like, technically speaking, she's in the right, but like from a moral standpoint, definitely not. I will say that I hope we get to see more of the rest of the Salt Lake crew. More of Nora, more of Owen, more of Mel, more of Manny.
I'm just saying, all those people die, but I'm gonna be sad if Ellie does what she does in the game and lets Abby go.
Yeah. But yeah, 9.3.
9.3 sounds like a very good one. But yeah, let us know what you guys think, I guess.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other comment?
That's everything.
Well, that's been our review and reaction and thoughts shortly after watching The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2, Through the Valley. 9.3 out of 10. Up from, I think last week I gave Episode 1 a 7 or something like that.
So.
But yeah, very, very good. Enjoyed it quite a bit. I've been one of your hosts, Aztrail.
I've been your host, Slasher.
Remember to keep surviving, keep away from the infected, and wear some black this week in mourning of Joel. And we'll see you next week for hopefully a trip to Seattle for some vengeance. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
It's over, Anakin!